Alrighty, this is the trade recap for Wednesday, February 18th. It's been a couple days since I've had a trade recap. I haven't taken a trade in feels like forever. Because I don't think I took one. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I didn't trade Monday, Tuesday, Fridays was posted, and then today. So been 2 days, but with the weekend, it feels like it's been forever since I've caught in a trade. I hate the weekends. Long story short, but today was a really good. It was. I wouldn't say it was like a perfect trade. Okay, there's some rooms for improvement that I want to go over with you guys, just so I can not make those mistakes in the future. But also, so if you like this way of trading, you can learn from my mistakes, right? See, it's a win-win. But overall, great bias, great read, great everything. I want to go into that, share with you guys the trade, what my thinking is. Um, so yeah, further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So right here, let me show you the trade right there. Okay, very good trade. Of course, it could have been a whole lot better. I ended up making 57 points. However, it could have been 160 some points. So could have definitely caught more of this move. However, it is what it is, right? I'm not tripping over it. So first of all, just as we normally do, let's jump into the bias. What is this? Ooh, some geopolitical news BS as always. Okay, so if we go to this clean chart, I want to show you guys something, and it's really important to understand this. So there's that line, and let's go into replay mode. I hate how it pops it up like that. Bam, replay mode, and we'll do this candle. So right here, this can tell you everything you need to know in a weird way. By now, you need to understand, and you should already know. So if you're going to take a note out of this video, take this. The market always, always, always is doing at least one of three things. Okay, it's seeking rebalance, aka equilibrium. It wants to rebalance a move in either direction, or it's seeking liquidity, or seeking to fill inefficiencies like such as gaps, right? So a lot of times you'll see a gap fill move that is seeking inefficiencies. It wants to fill inefficiencies. Seeking rebalance is like, okay, if it's a large move with nothing, basically like an entire 3-4 hours creates on the hourly charts a bunch of fair value gaps, right? It wants to seek that rebalancing of that leg lower or higher, whichever direction. There's a lot of things like that, and of course, liquidity, you should know what that is, right? So looking at this, we can see that there is a clear structure since last Thursday's sell-off, of just down here, right? Above it, we have liquidity at these highs. Let's just call it 25,995. Then we have inefficiencies like fair value gaps and whatnot, just all within this range, right? There's like a median one. And then we have equilibrium, I believe, of this move. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it already kind of got filled, but at least of this move, again, not being filled. So at least 2 out of 3 things, arguably 3 out of 3. So at this point, my brain goes, where is this market gonna want to push before it opens up the next move, right? It's just like shifting a gear in a car. If I'm in second gear or first gear and I'm nailing it, I mean, just like it's revving all the way to the highest RPMs, you're not gonna be able to go any faster or progress any further until you shift the gear. That is what happens when the market takes out the liquidity, seeks the inefficiencies, and does all these things. It's shifting a gear, allowing price to move into another range or continue to develop on the higher time frame. So if we hypothetically, and it does happen, but if we take this out, then it enables us to go, okay, cool, we did this, let's go look at the 4 hour in the daily and see if, like, has the structure changed? Is it still aligned with our high time frame biased? What's going on? So coming into the day, I wanted to see some type of upside. My overall target, like just for high time frame objectives, is this. It's 25,031, right? Of course, you have just call it London highs, I think. It should be about London. Yeah, London highs. We have London highs. We got more liquidity right here, and also intermediate lows or intermediate highs, 1 hour intermediate highs. We have a 4 hour intermediate highs, 4 hour fair value gap, right? All these different objectives to the upside, which I can show you real quickly on this chart because I have them all marked out. Yeah, so this was pre-market high, 24,962, pre-market high, London high, I believe. We have the 4 hour intermediate highs right here that we took out, 1 hour fair value gap, and then of course there's more stuff above us, but that's my ultimate take profit. As you can see, it's roughly 35. And look, yeah, it's exactly what we said. Right? So, cool. Bias, I'm going to tell you guys something. And I really, really want you to listen to this. Go download Sudoku. Okay, you're going to think I'm nuts. Go download Sudoku. It's the word number, or I was going to say word puzzle, but it's a number puzzle, almost like, I don't even know, a word cross puzzle, but it's like for numbers. Go download it. Go play it. Go play it online. It's free somewhere out there. Go play one or two. You will find yourself in a puzzle where your brain knows that box needs to be a 2 or a 3 or whatever, but you can't really prove it. It's almost like in the back of your head, you're like, that has to be it. And then you're like, why? And you're like, I don't really have a logical reason, but I know it. Okay. When you have that type of moment inside of the market, you have to trust it just like you do inside of the game Sudoku. Occasionally you're wrong. It's part of it. Sometimes your brain is just whatever. And just like through meditation and whatnot, when you are wrong and you're able to correct yourself, you then will learn for future endeavors. This is very one of those, right? It's okay, I want to see a move higher. Why? Because we have all of this inefficiencies, liquidity, rebalancing, everything above us. Targeting that makes a lot of sense, period, right? And that's more than shit I sometimes can explain why I'm putting a 2 where I am inside of the game. But understand, you got to trust the back of your brain. It's the little voice in the back. It's like, oh, it needs to be this. It has to be this. It has to be this. It has to be this. Listen to that shit, okay? Okay, now back to the charts. Right, so once we got our bias, and we're like, okay, cool, it's going to want to go higher. Cool. Well, now, if we start to break down the chart, okay, my break even, I'm just going to slide this to the side somewhere. That's when I move my stop to break even. Holy mother of pearl. We are really moving. I mean, this is quite, like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. Anyway, so we come into the market, and we want to start to look for where should we get a pullback to. Remember, market open is this candle right here, okay, on the 15-minute. We're looking at it, and it's like, I don't really know where we want to pull back to. I mean, arguably, we have some 15-minute inefficiencies right here, this like 15-minute for value gap. And if we go to the 1 hour, there's not really much here. I mean, arguably we held it, but really nothing on the 1 hour. It's the 15-minute chart. So maybe we got something out of here. Again, it's very arguable. Okay. And the 5-minute, it looks a little better. Once we got that though, that kind of starts to, and that's right at market open, may I add. Literally right at market open, we jump into that. I'm like, okay, interesting. So once we came out of that, and that's also the sweep of London lows. Right here, we had some London lows, so I'm like, okay, cool. I want to start looking long. Basically, anywhere in this range is where I was looking long. Trying to find that inverse fair value gap, trying to find something. I want to make this like a different color. Anywhere in this range right here, I'm looking long. We don't have any fair value gaps inverse. We don't have any like real, retest of a fair value gap, like liquidity sweep, break structure, retrace fair value gap to long off of. We don't really have anything in here. And unfortunately, I was like, I may miss this move because I have to wait for my setup. We keep trading about, and I mean, just nothing really sets up until finally I see, okay, we have a retracement, which I have a video on it somewhere, but it talks about the structure of things rather than it being like the building blocks. And you'll see like a breakdown, break up, slight retracement that ends up pushing off. It's like the continuation or the start of a reversal. this type of pattern. And to make it perfectly is you have like liquidity there, which perfectly aligns, and then like a fair value gap in here that you hit and then you long off of, right? But without the building blocks and everything, that's the structure. And it's very similar to what we kind of were seeing right here. At this point, I'm okay, I really want to find an entry because I think this is about to break above. And I'm shifting through the time frames like a madman, just trying to find that fair value gap. And I hit the 2 minute, and I'm like, cool, there's a fair value gap here. There's nothing on the 3 minute. There's nothing on the 1 minute, or there is something on the 1 minute, but it's on the 2 minute, right? So we take the higher time frame, whatever. Now, this is where I start to mess up. So I didn't get the best entry because I had to like measure out the math. How much am I risking? How much do I want to risk? How confident am I in the trade? All the time. And it creates me a delay from where my entry should have been to right there. And if we go down to the 1 minute, you'll see it like happened pretty instantaneously. Okay. I think I had about a minute to do all that, which was fine. I'm perfectly fine with my trade overall. I mean, the entry is fine, but it just could have been better. And then voila, target right there. We enter and we take profit. Now, what I could have done differently, and where I absolutely, in hindsight, wish I had done differently. We go back to this one. And in the beginning part of this video, I explained to you all the reasons we would have to go higher. Okay. All the objectives we had sitting up here. And for some reason, where did I take profit at? 21. Look at that. 921 is right there. So I didn't even get any of the real objectives. I took profit too soon. Now, in like real reality, it's a 1 to 1.5. In my books, that's perfectly fine. This is such a high win rate that I'm okay with risking that. But if I could have, maxed it out to a 2.5 or maybe even like a 3.5, that would have been better. And how I could have done that is continue to move my stop higher. So from break even to end profit, bam, at 921 where my original take profit was. Then continue. We break above 62, put it there, yada yada yada, and all while scaling out of contracts. That would have been the best way to handle it, but that's not the case. And so I made make sure there's no personal information. I think I'm good. Yeah, you can see that. $573.56 across 3 combined accounts. So whatever that math comes out to, should be a little over $1,500. It should be like $1,800. So that's that. But again, it could have been so much more. That's just the pitfalls of it. And something I shared with the group of ours, we were all in a live stream, is one of my not so mentor, kind of forced mentor, a friend of mine, her dad, he was a very big investor, very, very smart guy. And he told me one time, years and years and years ago, he goes, do not be mad if you didn't get the best entry and you didn't get the best exit, right? If you didn't catch every single piece of the pie. As long as you got your piece, you made your money, you got in, it was a good entry, you took profit and you won, be happy. Because you're never going to make every single dime that the market has to offer. Today is just a reminder of that, and I'm not going to complain. Still a great trade. Again, could have been better. But yeah, I mean, pretty quick too. Let me see real quickly exactly how long I was in this trade for. I was in this trade for, okay, so I was in this trade for, why am I like forgetting how to, I was in the trade for 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Okay, and it took me 36 minutes, basically 37 minutes from market open to exit of my trade to make that money. Perfectly fine with it. Yeah. Let's see if I can show you it without giving you any super personal information. Right here. 570, 2 minutes. And then this was just like a simple test contract. right? Test contract to make sure all the copy traders were set up. So 540 times 3 is 15,612, 1612 or 1620, I think. So I'm very happy with the day. I just realized you didn't see any of that. Whip-de fucking do. All right, that's it. My brain's fried. I'm going to the gym. I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get another good trade tomorrow, and we'll be back. But overall, real quickly, one last thing. If you're still here, if you are still here, then you get the bonus tip. If you look, okay, so if we go to the high time frame, like what are we looking at? Okay, as I just told you a minute ago, we want to shift gears before we open this market back up to do something different. If we just quote shifted gears, or we're in the process of changing the gear, this could be, you know, a key pivotal spot for us to push maybe lower. As you can see right here, as well in the daily time frame, we have this daily fair value gap on NQ. Okay, we're gonna dance around in it, I imagine. But we could potentially be seeing like a intermediate high, a daily intermediate high that pushes up here like a wick up to 21, 25, 120. Body closes inside of the fair value gap. Tomorrow we get a red day. Okay, hypothetically. Maybe we look to go short, right? Maybe tomorrow's gonna be a short day. Short and like downside. So if you stayed this long, there's your extra benefit. There's your read on the overall bias. We're still in a downtrend. Extension, retracement, extension, retracement, potential extension. Okay, and we're wedging. So that's it. Hope you guys had a good day as well. And hopefully I'll see you tomorrow again. So deuces, guys. I'll see y'all.